Hey guys, I'm Jade Ocean. Today we're going to be doing a prenatal yoga flow for third trimester. So it's going to be very gentle, very soft and calming. Make sure that you guys have a blanket and you can go ahead and lay it flat just in the center of your mat. That way then we can use our knees on it and create nice comfort for the knees, softness, and then have a couple of blocks as well. So also remember to have some water. We're going to take our time through this, but we still continue to remain very, very thirsty in our third trimester. So we're drinking for 2, so make sure that you stay hydrated. So grab your water, grab your blanket, your blocks, and I'll meet you on your mat. Okay, so let's begin actually in a Sukhasana pose. So why don't you go ahead and grab a block here, and then we're just going to sit elevated on top of the block. So place your sitting bones right on the block. You can face the side of, your mat, whatever's comfortable for you. And sit up nice and tall. Make sure you can find some comfort here on your block. You can have your legs crossed, although generally in this third trimester, we have a little bit of swelling in the ankles and the legs. So if that doesn't feel good for you, you can also just not cross the legs and have one just in front of the other. So find what works for you. I just want you to find comfort here. So let your hands just fall onto your thighs. Sit up nice and tall, as I said. Think of rooting down, grounding down through the sitting bones onto the block. Let the legs be heavy here. Think of lengthening on the inhale, drawing that space into each area of the spine, so into each vertebra. Find some length, so growing tall towards the sky. Inhale nice and full. And let your exhale create this sense of release, so letting go with the muscles. So we want to find length, we want to find grounding, and we want to find release as well. So inhale to lengthen, and exhale, release. Release the shoulders. Notice if you feel any sensations of tension in the body. This could be in the eyes, this could be maybe in the cheeks, maybe you notice it in your legs. Legs always try to jump in and save the day, so allow your legs to relax here. Sometimes we have to keep drawing our attention back to them. Inhale and exhale. Let the shoulders be heavy. Find that space in the neck here. Just keep that breath going. So nice full deep breath in. And let's begin to exhale the same length as the inhale. So we want to create equal lengths on your inhale and your exhale. Again, always remembering to find space on your inhale and find that release on your exhale. Deepening the breath, letting the arms be heavy. Maybe beginning to find your ujjayi breath, where we hug the back of the throat just a little bit. So let's breathe in through the nose. And then out slowly through the nose. If you want to breathe through the mouth too, you can. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to breathe through the nose. If you feel stuffy or anything, continue through the mouth. If you're going to continue with the ujjayi breath, out through the nose would be a soft, subtle restriction of the back of the throat. So you'd feel a little bit of a soft whisper, a soft ocean-like sound. Keep the breath going, soften the eyebrows. Notice your center of gravity right now. So make sure you're not rolling forward or rolling backwards. You want to sit up nice and tall. Let the legs root down and ground down into the earth right now, into the floor. So find your support system here. You and your baby just taking all that vitality, all that breath in. Bring your hands just to your baby right now. Just draw that breath right down. Feel your belly, your baby expand into your hands. Nice full breath in and exhale. Notice the descend away from your hands. Just remembering that you and your baby, even though you're two, you're still one. So everything that you do, your baby feels. So make sure that we take full deep breaths in and exhale. Nice and controlled, nice and slow. Let's inhale and reach both arms just out to the side, nice and slow. Move with your inhale. Continue till your arms are right up overhead. Reaching through the side body again, noticing if the legs tried to jump in, just allowing them to submit right now. So allowing them to soften, just reaching through the side body. So reaching through the ribs, the fingertips, lengthening through the spine. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears here. So maintaining space in the neck. And then exhale, draw your hands just to heart center, so palms come together. Drop your chin down. You can bring your thumbs right down to your chest. Bring your chin maybe down to your collarbone. Just taking a moment to find some gratitude for yourself. So thanking yourself for taking this time today to bond with your baby, to find some peace within, to stop and breathe, to stop and grow strength for your delivery, for your labor. Just appreciate yourself. Appreciate this moment. Again, let's bend the elbows, extend the arms just out to the side here, and then reach them up overhead. Inhale, nice and slow. Let's begin to twist towards the right side and release the arms front and back. So you can bring your left hand to the inner left thigh, and then if you can reach fingertips, maybe one fingertips behind you to the floor. So reaching up through the side body, growing, pulling both shoulders down. Just a soft, subtle twist. Stay here for a couple breaths. And then let's bring both hands just to heart center again. Bow the chin down. Relax the legs. And reach both arms out again to the side and then straight up on the inhale. This time we're going to twist just to the left side. You may notice it doesn't twist as far, and that's okay. We're not trying to force anything. Right hand to inner right thigh. Left hand, fingertips down to the floor. Growing nice and tall here. Stay grounded with both sitting bones onto your block. Maybe smiling. Maybe just softening the face here. Just wringing out any worries, any stress right now. You just want to feel comfort. Feel a feeling of happiness, of ease, of relaxation. Let's inhale back to center. Bring both hands back to heart center and Anjali. Drop the chin down one more time. Inhale, growing through the back of the neck. Exhale, letting everything soften. Let's inhale both arms out to the side again and reach them up on the inhale, nice and slow. And then exhale, extend the palms down towards the floor. Arms are going to reach down, so it's like we're flying, and then reach behind your back and grab both palms behind your back, interlacing the palms. Pull those palms down towards the floor. Really spreading your collarbone. Deep full breath in here. Pull the shoulders down, find space in the neck, and then think of spinning the biceps in towards the body and back here. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, softening the ribs into the body. Stay nice and strong in your torso. Maybe you rock side to side just a little bit. Full breath. And exhale. And then let's bring our palm just to the right side of the body here. So we're going to take a breath in. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Pull the right shoulder down and then pull the left shoulder down. Maybe you begin to look down towards the right thigh. Take a breath here. Just opening up your traps, opening up your neck, and then maybe you begin to look up. So very slowly moving with your breath, just rotating that stretch through the neck. So just keep breathing. We're just looking up very slowly and then looking down. Just moving the stretch throughout the neck. Keep pulling that left shoulder down. keep sitting up nice and tall through the spine, so no dipping to the right side here. One more time. And then go ahead and drop your chin back down. You can bring your fist right behind you again. Pull that fist down. Again, spread the shoulders. Spin the biceps back. Full breath. And then let's switch it out. So we're going to bring the fist to the left side this time. And then go ahead and begin to look towards the left. We're going to pull left shoulder down first. And then right shoulder is going to pull down here. And then maybe you begin to pull that left ear towards the left shoulder. Full breath in here. You'll notice a deep stretch. Maybe it's in a different area this time. Our bodies usually are a little bit imbalanced. So sometimes, we're right-handed. Our right shoulder gets a little bit tight, so you may notice a deeper stretch here. Begin to look down, and then keep breathing. Begin to look up, so very slow movement here. This is a very deep stretch for the neck, for the trap. Keep breathing. One more time, and then look back down. We're going to bring the fist right back down behind us. One more time. Inhale, pull the fist down, and then reach the arms just out to the side, palms facing up as you reach up on the inhale, and then again, bring your hands just to heart center. Very good. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and move our block, and you could just place it to the side, the top of the mat, and then we're just going to come into a hands and knees position right now. So let's come into a hands and knees. We're going to place our palms right underneath our shoulders. Our knees are going to be under our hips here, and we're going to take a few cat-cows. So just be really weary of being in your third trimester, these little back bends. So when we go into our cow pose, we don't accentuate the back bend. So really taking notice of what feels good for your body, not trying to push it here. In third trimester, we have an overload of relaxin. Go figure, it's called relaxin, which is relaxing the ligaments, the joints, and everything, preparing us to birth our beautiful little baby. So we want to make sure that we don't overdo the stretching, because we tend to be a little bit more limber in this stage. So even though you feel limber, don't go crazy. So just really paying attention to that. And also too, our bellies are just really getting big, and we don't want to over accentuate putting pressure in the belly, a lot of stretching there. So just take your time, go slow, move for comfort. So palms nice and spread. Go ahead and suction the inner palms as well as the outer palms down to the floor. We're going to inhale, just pull the shoulders down, just a nice subtle little back bend here. So just reaching the heart forward a little bit. Keep lifting your baby up towards your spine, but we're going to lift the tailbone up just a little bit here. You can have toes curled under or flat onto the mat, whatever works for you. And then exhale, lifting your spine up just a little bit. Press into the palms, find space in the arms, lifting up through the arms. Let the chin just drop down to the chest, let the head hang here. Moving with your breath, let's inhale, lift it up. And then exhale, again, rolling the spine up, tailbone comes down, let the head fall. So moving the way that feels graceful for you. Everybody's body looks different. Everybody's body feels different in this stage. So move for you. Remember, inhale, dropping baby down. And exhale, lifting baby up into the body. A couple more times here. Just rolling out the spine a little bit. And exhale. Let's come back to neutral here. We're just going to roll the hips around in circles. So press into the floor and just roll your body around, just these little rotations. So it doesn't have to look so dramatic like mine does. You can do little ones. So you just move the hip just a little bit. Think of making a little circle with your sacrum here. And just keep breathing with each movement. So nice and slow. No rushing. This is a stage of just slowing it down. So we want to just move very carefully, very gently. We're subtly rocking our baby very slowly, creating that feeling of soothing. For us, we're just lubricating our hips just a little bit, those joints in the hips, getting ready for some strengthening, not anything too crazy, but just a little bit of strengthening. And then when you're ready and you come back forward, you can go ahead and switch it to the opposite direction. Again, your circles do not have to look like mine. You can rotate as wide or as close together as you want to. Just remember to breathe nice and deep. Keep your baby firm into your body, so we don't want to be drooping here. We want to stay nice and strong, supporting our baby, supporting our backs. Pressing into the floor, lifting up through the arms, so no dumping anywhere. We don't want to just be hanging out. We want to make sure we create that space, even though gravity is pushing us down right now. Rotate one more time around. And let's come back to neutral and just shake the hips out just like it's a little puppy tail that we're wagging. You can drop the chin down, stretch out the neck, maybe roll the head side to side. Nice and slow here. And then let's go ahead and grab our blocks. So you can do a couple things here. Now, during pregnancy, there's a lot of pressure, obviously in the front of our body, so it's creating a lot of tension in areas we're not used to. So it may feel a little better for you as long as you have nice sturdy blocks and you have a nice secure mat. If you don't, then don't do this because we don't want to slip anywhere. But if you do, then I suggest you bring your hands up to blocks here just to elevate, not put so much pressure on the hands. And you can always back off if it doesn't work for you, or you have them right here just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and use my blocks. I'm going to bring my hands onto my blocks, make sure they're shoulder distance apart. Press the back of the palm just onto the tip of the block here. I'm going to curl my toes, bring my toes a little bit wider, curl my toes, and then lift my hips up into my first Adho Mukha, so my first down dog here. So be sure that you create enough space for your baby here. So if you need to bring your legs a little bit wider in this stage, then go for it. Again, inhale, we're going to press into the blocks. Make sure your blocks are not moving. If they are, bring your hands down off the blocks. So safety first. Nice full breath in, creating space in the side body. So reaching through the ribs, up towards the hips, bending the knees a little bit. Stretch out the arches in your feet. Make sure your heels are not in or out, so they want to be right behind the feet. They could be lifted here, keeping a soft, subtle bend in the knees. Nice full breath, and then exhale. Let's drop the heels down. Lift them up again. Inhale. And then as we exhale, let them just be a little bit heavy. One more time. Let's lift them back up. And then this time, let's drop the left heel down. We're going to bend the right knee and just create a little bit of a stretch on that left leg. So keep pressing into your blocks or your mat if your hands are on the floor here, and lifting up through the upper body. Keep breathing nice and deep, nice and slow. You and your baby are here together, doing this together. And then let's lift that left heel, and we're going to drop the right heel down as we bend the left knee this time. Again, keep the breath going. Let's lift the right heel up. Both heels are up, and then let's bend the heels down. We're going to press into either the mat or if you have your blocks, and then very carefully you can begin to walk forward into our forward fold here, and then we're going to inhale the halfway lift. You can always use your blocks or bring your hands just onto your shins. Create space in your back. Pull the shoulders down. Nice full breath in. Make sure you have space again for your baby. And then exhale. Let's come into a forward fold. Let the neck just surrender here. So everything just nice and relaxed. In the upper body, we're going to lift up through the legs. So notice that grounding sensation in the feet. So be sure that you're grounding down evenly with both sides of the ball of the foot. So at the top of the foot, we want to get the inner and the outer balls. And then the heel, again, the inner and the outer heel. So nice and even here. Think of spinning the inner thighs back just a little bit. You're more than welcome to grab the elbows here, which I love to do. It just feels like it's more lengthening on my side body. Just keep the breath going. letting the head be heavy here. So think of maybe just allowing everything in the head to relax. One more full breath in. Maybe you sway side to side with the arms, with the upper body. And then let's release the hands down, press into the feet, bend the knees, and we're just going to roll up. Just releasing each vertebrae one by one, all the way to standing. Have your palms just facing forward into Tadasana here. Full breath in and exhale. Let's inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. Coming in for a Surya Namaskar A. And then exhale, bring your palms right down to heart center, right to Samastiti. You can drop your chin again. So feel your feet grounding into the earth here. Feel yourself lengthening up through your legs, the strength of your legs. Pull your tailbone down just a little bit and spin those inner thighs back. We want to make sure that our femurs are nice and neutral forward, that we don't have these little frog feet going out to the, we want to make sure that we don't have these little duck feet coming out to the side. So try to get your feet pointed forward. Find the strength in your hips here, supporting yourself. Notice that energy through your palms, all the way out through your arms. Feel that energy going into your body as you breathe in. Notice your heart beating right towards your thumbs. Let's extend the hands just out to the side, and then inhale as we reach them up. Exhale, let's bend the knees, extend the arms out as we swan dive, hinging from the hips here. We're going to come all the way down to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. You can use your blocks. Exhale, forward fold again. Let's press into the feet, roll right back up. Arms can come out this time, and then straight up overhead. Inhale. Hastasana. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Samastiti. Inhale, reach out to the side, reach them up on the inhale, and exhale, let's swan dive the arms out to the side, hinging from the hips, all the way back down to Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and slow. Exhale, forward fold. Let's bend at the knees, sink the hips back a little bit, and then we're just going to come up just a little bit here. So you can use your thighs to come up. You can bring your hands to your thighs and just bring your body up here. So we're kind of in a Utkatasana, a little bit wider, but a little bit higher up. So bring your palms onto your thighs, the tops of your thighs, to your quads. We're going to just do a couple cat-cows here. So we're going to inhale, just reach the heart forward. Again, very soft, subtle bend. We're just working the legs up, the strength of the legs. And then exhale, pull your spine back. Inhale, pull baby forward. Keep reaching your tailbone down towards the floor though, so we want to keep everything nice and supported here. And then exhale, roll it back. Inhale, press into the palms, reach it forward. Exhale, roll the spine back. Let's come right back to neutral and stand all the way up. Reach the arms out to the side, straight up overhead, Hastasana. Bring your hands back out to the side. We're going to hinge forward into our Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift. Let's press either into the blocks or you can press into the mat. We're going to step back with our left foot followed by our right foot. You can lower your knees down. Bring your knees out just a little bit. We're going to bring our toes to touch. Press all the way back into our Balasana pose. So modified Balasana. You can bring a block too underneath your forehead if that feels better for you. Just make sure you have space for your baby so knees can come out as much as you need to here, just to allow a surrender, right? Everything in this stage is comfort. We want to find comfort. Full deep breath into the back of the heart. Exhale, let everything go. Setting that intention of calmness, right? We want to feel calmness. We want to feel soothed, eased. moving with ease. And then when you're ready, if you had your block, you can put your block back to the top. We're going to press into the hands, bring the hips back up. You can walk your knees in, curl the toes under. Make sure that you're nice and wide if you need to. If you're using blocks, bring your hands onto the blocks. Come back into your Adho Mukha. Full breath in and exhale. Just take a few breaths here. Stretch it out. If you want to walk out your dog, you can do that. Dropping one heel, bending one knee if that feels good for you. You also too can come down off your blocks and try doing it without them. So pressing into the inner palm, lifting up through the arms. Make sure you have that space for your baby. Always adjust yourself as needed. Let the head be heavy. Maybe you shake it out side to side. One more full breath in and exhale. Let's bend the knees here. We're going to press into the palms and then go ahead and walk forward, one foot followed by the other, back into our forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Again, you can use your blocks. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up here. Arms can reach out to the side, up overhead. Bring your hands right to heart center. Drop your chin, bow down. You made it this far. Let's keep going. Arms are going to just come straight out to the side. Inhale to reach them up overhead. Maybe you gaze up this time. And exhale, let's swan dive, hinging from the hips very slowly. Come all the way down. Let's lift halfway up. And then exhale, press into either the blocks or the mat. We're going to step back. Maybe the opposite foot this time, followed by the other foot. And then we're going to shift forward, maybe into a plank here. Otherwise, you can lower your knees, so whatever feels good for you. Take a full breath here. And then exhale. And if this isn't your practice, you can go ahead and come in for a nice little chaturanga. Otherwise, stay here in plank. If you're going for chaturanga, just a little baby chaturanga. So just pull the elbows back, spread the collarbone, and then we're going to just lift up just a little bit of an urdhva, so an up dog. So very, very gentle back bend here, just lifting, reaching through the arms. Now, if you're not doing this, you can just go in for your cat-cow. Keep it gentle, keep it subtle, keep it going for your own body. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Stay strong in the arms, no matter where you are. And then bring the hips back. If you're not there already, we're going to press into the floor or your blocks. Curl the toes and come right back to your Adho Mukha. Full breath in. And exhale, bend at the knees. Again, let's step all the way forward. Very gently. You can take baby steps too. Right into your forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift, Ardha Uttam. Exhale, forward fold. Press into the feet, come all the way up. And hands right to heart center. Let's bring the feet just a little bit wider here. We're going to inhale, arms are going to come up. And then exhale, arms are going to come out to the side. We're just going to forward hinge all the way down here. This time we're going to bring our hips just down just a little bit here. Now you can grab a block and place it right underneath of you. So you can lay it flat or you can lay it on its side, its second setting. And let's just bring our hips right onto the block here. You could also do double blocks if that works for you. So our feet are out to the side. They're pointed out to the side a little bit with the knees. So we're coming into our little pregnancy squat, also known as malasana, but it's modified, right? Because we're up elevated on something. You can have your hands just on your thighs for just a second. Just make sure that you feel comfort here. Take a full breath in and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. So you can do a couple things. You can either bring your hands to heart center here, or you can bring your hands just onto your thighs. We're going to do a little bit of pelvic lifting here. So that's where we lift from below. You know the sensation. We're trying to build that connection for labor, for delivery. We're also opening up the legs a little bit, creating a little bit of that strength in the legs. This is a wonderful delivery position because we're really opening up our hips, our pelvic area. So we're building that connection, that strength, that mind to body connection, and also opening everything up. So take a full breath wherever you are, hands at heart center on your thighs. We're going to think of this as like an elevator, as though we're lifting floor by floor. So we'll go up 4 floors and then we'll drop it down nice and slow. So let's inhale, lifting. So we're going to lift, inhale, first floor, second, third, fourth, hold, and then very slowly begin to release back to third floor, second, first, and then completely release. Take a breath here. And exhale. Let's do that again. So again, first floor, lift, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, hold, and begin to exhale to release slowly back to third, back to second, and back to first. And then take a breath as you release everything. Just a little break in between. So think of like you're lifting from below here. And let's go in one more time here. So we're going to do a lift, first floor, second, keep inhaling, third and fourth, hold, find that strength and release, third, nice and controlled, second, first, completely surrender, release. You can drop your chin down, you can release your hands if they were in prayer. Take a full breath here and exhale. Okay, so very carefully compress from your thighs and lift, begin to press all the way up to standing. Pivot your feet so they're back in. You can grab your block too and move it forward. We're going to come back for our Tadasana, so hands can face forward, nice and tall. And exhale. Well, let's inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands right to heart center. Okay, so let's do a couple standing poses here. So grab your block, and we only need one block, so you can place the other one to the side. So let's grab one block and then turn. So we're facing the long edge of the mat, and then we're just going to take a nice wide stance. So we're going to come out about a bit wider than shoulder distance. So nice and secure, nice and wide. Don't go too wide where it feels like you're losing your grip or it feels uncomfortable for you. You maybe need to adjust as you go. So make sure that you have your block, and we're going to go ahead and just pivot all the way from the hip of the left hip all the way down to the foot towards the short end of the mat. So this is the back of my mat for me. My right leg is staying pointed forward. I'm going to point my toes in just a little bit more. And then as far as your alignment, now a couple things. When we're in our third trimester, we feel a little bit maybe imbalanced or we feel a little wobbly. So make sure that you feel secure and stable. So with this pose, you can go ahead and have your front heel lined up with your back heel. Generally, we have the front heel lined up with the back arch, but just to create a little bit more stability, you can open the left foot out just to the side, the outer edge of the mat, okay? So whatever works for you, you want to make sure you're just secure and safe, okay? So go ahead and grab your block, and then we're going to energize out through this back outer edge of the right foot, okay? So you want to make sure you're sealing down that outer edge. Bring your block to maybe the tallest level to start. We can always bring it down a little bit and place it to the inside of the left ankle. So we're going to come into Trikonasana, so our triangle pose here. So bring your arms just out to the side. Take a full breath in. As we pull that left hip back and come into our Trikonasana pose, you can keep a nice bend in that left leg. If you're feeling not quite as limber or not quite as stable, go ahead and keep a bend in that left leg. Otherwise, you can begin to straighten it, but keep a soft, little subtle bend in the back of the knee here. Press through that big toe, and then maybe release your left hand onto the block here, reaching up with the right hand towards the sky. Now, we want to keep space in the left torso here, so you want to really pull that left hip back. Again, you can always bend that leg. Take a full breath. We want to keep the shoulders nice and level to the side here. Stretching the inner thigh of the left leg, the outer hip of the right leg. Nice full breath. And you can always bring your hand just behind your back and reach for your inner thigh, your inner left thigh. Just to open up your shoulder a little bit, or if your arm feels a little bit tired hanging out up there. But make sure that you're pressing into that lower block, just a little gently lifting up through the arm if you'd like. You can always bring that level down a little bit further. And keep pulling that left hip back. And make sure your body's nice and light and you're not pushing your body forward here or backwards. We want to make sure we're nice and lined up here. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Let's press into that front leg. We're going to bend the knee, come all the way back up. This time we're going to bend into the knee and come into our warrior two pose. So nice and strong. Feel the integrity of your legs right here as you lift up and create space in the upper body. Maybe you turn and gaze over that left finger. Nice and strong in the legs. Feel the support from below. And think of lifting here. So we're doing those pelvic lifts here. We want to lift up nice and strong through the midline. And then slowly begin to release while keeping the strength in the legs here. Let's straighten that front leg again. We're going to release the right hand down towards the back of the right thigh and then flip the front palm, reaching up overhead. Just a little bit of a lift here. Not really coming into a back bend. So keep nice and strong in that right hip as we reach up. Little soft bend in the left knee. Creating space, reaching up through the side left ribs. And then exhale, coming right back to our warrior two. Full breath in here. Let's go ahead and release our shin down to our left thigh, and we're just going to reach up overhead, coming into our Parsvottanasana, so our side angle pose. You can reach up twice up towards your ear here. Maybe if you feel like you've been practicing for a while and you feel like you're there right now, you can release your hand onto the block. And if you'd like, you can also come in for a bind. So reach that right hand just behind you and then reach for that inner thigh again of the left leg. So nice and strong in that outer edge of the back foot here. And drop into that front knee just a little bit. Make sure that your knee is over your heel. If it's protruding forward, then back off just a little bit. Where can you find space here? Where can you find comfort in this strong pose? One more breath. And then exhale, release your hands, either if it was up or bind it. We're going to press into that front heel, coming all the way back into our Vira 2 pose. Straighten that front leg. Take a full breath. And go ahead and reach down and grab your block. And then let's pivot that left foot in. Bring that right foot out just a little bit so both toes are pointed forward. Let's bring our block just in front of us for just a second here. We're going to take a full breath in here. Reach your arms out to the side, up overhead. And then exhale, soft bend in the knees. And we're just going to dive forward all the way into our Parsvottanasana. And then we're going to just dive forward all the way into our Prasarita. Forward fold, so wide stance, forward fold. Make sure you're able to seal the outer edges of your feet into the mat. If not, go ahead and walk, heel toe your feet in just a little bit here. And again, soft bend in the knees, spin your inner thighs back, let everything release. And you can go ahead and reach your hands forward. That might feel good for your upper body, or you can just keep your hands right onto your block. Stretching out the inner thighs, opening the legs up, the hips up a little bit here. Stretching out the legs a little bit because I know it's intense doing those poses. Let's inhale to halfway lift. Bends at the knees. You can bring your hands to your thighs and we're just going to stand all the way up. So we're going to do the same thing. You can grab your block again. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So let's go ahead and rotate the right hip all the way from the hip socket all the way down to the toe towards, for me, it's the front of my mat. So opposite direction. Deep full breath in here. Leg is nice and straight. Grab your little block. Place it to the inner ankle of the right foot. Make sure that left foot is pointed towards the outer edge of the mat, so forward for me. And then I'm just going to pivot it in just a little bit. Again, make sure that you take the same stance. So if you were heel to heel, do the same thing, or heel to arch, wherever you feel comfortable. Take a full breath. Bring your arms just out to the side here. Build that strength in the legs. Energize through the back left leg, down through the mat. And begin to hinge forward. Again, you might want to go tallest with the mat first. pull that right hip back and begin to hinge forward. Again, you might want to go tallest with your block first, pulling that right hip back, releasing the right hand down towards the block, reaching the left hand up overhead, spinning that right leg back so that way then you're nice and lengthened in the right torso. Full breath in. Maybe you drop that left arm behind you, reach for the inner right thigh if you could reach it, or just press behind you, whatever feels comfortable for you. Again, finding the strength in your legs, finding the space in your torso, relaxing the face, pressing into the mat with that big front toe, soft bend in the front leg. Let's bring that arm right back up to where it was, and we're going to press, bending into that front knee, coming into our Vira 2. So arms reach out front and back, bend into that front knee. Take a full breath here. And exhale. So inhale again. And exhale. Let's inhale to straighten that front leg. Okay, we're going to release that left hand behind us, just on the outer edge of the thigh. Flip the front palm and just reach up, so creating space in the torso. Not much of a back bend or a side bend here, it's just creating space. So finding balance in the legs, finding some length in the body and the side body. Keep lifting baby up through the center. Giving baby just a little bit of space here. And then let's exhale right back to our warrior 2. So we're going to bend into that front knee. Staying here for just a minute, finding your balance, finding your strength, strengthening the legs, preparing for our labor. We want to have nice strong legs for that journey. Keep breathing. Remember, keep that breath going right down to your baby. Let the shoulders be heavy. Find the length here. And then when you're ready, you can release your forearm onto your thigh. And then we're going to reach up overhead. And then again, if you've been practicing for a while, it's in your practice, you can release your right hand just onto the block. You can bring the block down to whatever works for you. And also, too, you can come in for a bind with the left arm or keep it up overhead. If you're coming for a bind, reach that left hand behind your back. Maybe reach for the inner thigh of the right leg. Take a full breath here. Remember, keep space in the torso. So keep pulling that right hip back. Another full breath. And then let's release that left arm from the bind if it was in a bind, or bring it up if it was up overhead. We're going to press into that front leg. Maybe you bring your hand onto your thigh to come all the way back up to Vira 2. Full breath here. And then go ahead and grab your block. Straighten that front leg. We're going to pivot that right foot in. Have both toes pointed forward. Again, you can place your block just in front of you, and then you know what to do. Extend your arms out to the side, straight up overhead. Reach through, side body. Let's bring those heels in, and then we're going to bend at the knees. So make sure your toes and your knees are pointed the same direction, coming into goddess pose. So think of pulling your baby into your body and lifting up through the center midline, okay? And let's bring our hands just to heart center here. Take a breath. Bring your hands right onto your baby. And let's just sway the hips just a little bit side to side. Maybe you close your eyes here. Let your shoulders be soft. Your legs are so strong. They're getting you through this. Keep lifting up through the middle of the body. Lifting up through baby, through the crown of the head. Let the shoulders be soft. Stay with me, you guys. I know you can do it. You guys are strong. You're strong mamas, so I know you can get through this. Just know it's only temporary. We're just building the strength. Keep pulling that tailbone down just a little bit and bringing baby into the spine. Couple more breaths here. Let's inhale, bring the arms out to the side. Find the length in the arms, the space in the arms. Let's hug our arms into our body. Take a breath and drop your chin down. Full breath into the back of the heart. And exhale. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side again. One more time, we're going to cross it the other way. Give yourself a big hug. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side. Straighten the legs. I know, arms can come up. Pivot your feet forward again. And then we're going to come for our forward fold. Give yourself a nice break. You can sway your hips out side to side. Shake it out. One more full breath in here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's press into the feet. Bend the knees, come all the way up. You can use pressing your thighs to come all the way up. And let's just heel toe the feet in just a little bit. Be careful of your blanket. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Bring your hands to heart center. Press into the palms. Again, drop your chin. Honor yourself for all that strength you built, for all that connection you made. You and your baby got through it together. You guys are warriors. So inhale, arms are going to come up again. And exhale, bring your arms out to the side. We're going to just come all the way down. So you can bring your hands onto your thighs and very carefully just bring one leg down followed by the other coming down. Just whatever works for you. And let's just come into first let's come into Konasana. So we're just going to bring our feet together here. Take a breath. Bring your hands onto your shins. Just hook them onto your shins. Sit up nice and tall. We won't be here for very long. So again, lifting through the midline, sitting up nice and tall here. Again, using your Ujjayi if you're using Ujjayi. Just to draw that focal right back to your breath. Maybe drawing your attention inward now, seeing if you can see within. Maybe you can see your heart beating, that light, that inner light. Maybe you could see the breath moving through you, through the lungs, down to your baby. Maybe you can even see your baby in there, smiling, happy, maybe sleeping right now. Full breath in and exhale out through the mouth. Let it go. Let's bring our hands just behind us, and then we're just going to bend the right leg. So we're going to have the right foot facing backwards, just for a deer pose here. So inhale here, sit up nice and tall, just stretching that your little hip flexor, which we worked a lot, so it's probably a little bit drained right now. So let's just stretch that out for a second. So nice and tall. You can even bring fingertips to the floor. And exhale. Let's bring the left hand just to the floor here, the outside of the left hip. And we're just going to reach up overhead with the right palm. So keep those ribs pulling in towards the right side here. And then keep lifting up through the left hand. Try to remain nice and soft in the legs. And exhale, let's switch it. So we're going to bring the fingertips of the right fingers to the floor. Reach up with the left hand. Again, creating space in the right ribs while we're stretching out those left ribs. One more breath. And then exhale. Let's walk the hands behind us again. We're just going to switch it out so you can bring your right foot in, and then the left foot's going to face back this time. So a little deer pose on the opposite direction. Make sure that you're rooting down with the left hip. Take a breath here. You can walk your hands in. We're going to do the same thing. So bring your right fingers to the outside of the right hip. We're going to reach up overhead with the left hand. Again, pressing into the fingertips, right hand. We want to reach up and create space here. Even though we're kind of opening up the other side, we want to stay nice and strong in the right side. Breathing into the left ribs. We have muscles between those ribs. We want to stretch those guys out too. One more breath. And then let's switch it out. We're going to drop the left fingers to the outside of the left hip. Reach up overhead with the right arm. Drop the left shoulder. Create space in the neck always. Let the legs be soft. Creating a little bit of space for your baby, your muscles in your torso. And then let's reach that right arm back down to the floor. We're going to bring both arms behind us again. And then let's bring our feet forward, and we're just going to do some windshield wipers. So knees can be up a little bit. You're just going to sway them side to side. So keep breathing. Shake it out. All right, and then we're going to come in for our final pose, our Savasana. So if you guys have a bolster close by, you can use a bolster. I'm going to show you how to do it without, and we want to stay a little bit elevated in our third trimester. We don't want to put too much pressure on a certain nerve that could stop a lot of circulation to baby and to us and create a little bit of dizziness here. So if this doesn't work for you, you can also lay on your left side. So be sure that you're on your left side. You can grab a block, place it between the legs. You can, just lay down flat on your left side, whatever works for you. But very, very important that we don't put pressure on that nerve. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to lay one block flat. This is going to be for right behind my back. And then this one's going to be a little bit taller. I'm just going to turn around and come all the way back. So nice and carefully bring my body back. So I want the bottom flat block to be on just above my shoulder blades here. I'm going to tuck them underneath. I'm going to have my head on this taller block here and make sure that I have space in the neck. My palms are going to be open, and then since we did a lot of opening of the thighs, I'm going to have my knees are up, feet are on the floor. I'm going to walk them out and have my knees falling in towards each other for fallen bridge here. Take a full breath. Now if you're on your left side, you could just find comfort there, relax there for just a little bit. We're just going to surrender here. Just taking in our practice, taking in our baby, the feeling of our body. Just really enjoying this last trimester. So the last few weeks here we have this beautiful miracle, this life inside of us, our little baby, this little human growing inside of us. It's just so amazing, even though, it happens every day all over the world. It's been happening for billions of years. It's still amazing. It's still just a crazy experience to go through. This is my third, and I'm still baffled by how beautiful this process is. So just really embracing that, taking that in. I know there's moments of feeling really anxious, scared, maybe nervous for delivery, but just doing all that you can to prepare for it, making sure you can breathe deep, your body's nice and strong. You take time to connect with that pelvic floor, right? And just connecting with your baby. It's going to be okay. You're going to get through it. And just trust the process. Know that, in the end, there's something that comes from it, something amazing. So you guys will get through it together. It's a beautiful journey. Full breath here. Just let everything surrender. Let your face relax. Maybe going through your face, the third eye. The eyes even. Think of your cheeks just melting off your face right now. Your jaw. It feels heavy. Even your tongue. Let your tongue just detach from the top of the mouth. Full breath here. Just embracing this time. And once your baby comes, you're going to be a little busy feeding and trying to get a schedule and changing and getting that schedule adapted to you and your baby. So it's really taking this time to enjoy quiet peacefulness. Full breath in. Again, exhale. Let it go. See if you can surrender a little bit deeper into this pose. You're more than welcome to stay here in Savasana. It's beautiful to take any time that you can for stillness, for surrendering, for just being, for you and for your baby. If you're ready to come out, very carefully, wherever you were, if you're on your left side, go ahead and press into your top hands and press your body all the way up. If you're here with me in this little elevated pose, bring your elbows in. Very carefully lift up onto your palms and bring your body up. Let's all meet in a seated position, or you're welcome to stay where you are. If you come to a seated position, sit up nice and tall here. And bring your hands just to Anjali. Drop your chin down. Close your eyes wherever you are. Take a full breath in, honoring this time, this moment, this beautiful energy flowing through you. Honoring yourself. This is an amazing process, and you're going through it. Your body is creating this amazing little human. Enjoy every moment that you can. And know that it's okay to have worries. It's okay to feel anxious about stuff. You know, that's just natural. So don't give yourself a hard time for that. Just embrace what you can. One more full breath into the back of the heart. And exhale, let your hands fall into your thighs. I just want to say thank you for letting me guide you through this beautiful journey, this beautiful time. You're almost to the end. I'm so proud of you for making it this far and for taking the time and what may be a hard time to move around. So just be very grateful for your taking your time to do this today. I know that I am. Thank you so much. Namaste. Till we meet again.